That's Gordon penetrating, and there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here are the Magic now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. To the middle. Tipped away. And stolen by Butler.
It's really been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? As far as taking care of the basketball, immaculate at halftime, but he's had too many miscues here in the second half.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. The pass to McGinnis. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
From deep, LeBron scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot, and I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
With 4 seconds on the clock, and there's Davis. That's good on the assist by Jackson. That's 10 points for Davis. Iverson. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And the game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Bucks trail by 5. Joe Dumars is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Barry. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Davis in at the 4 slot. That's is out there for Orlando. Milwaukee's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Wall's shot is off. The Magic shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Shot's good from Barry. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Magic.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played.
Timeout.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Iverson kicks to Wall. Back to Iverson. Pass to Chamberlain. Outside Butler. Clock is at 3. From deep. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
And it's Rose penetrating. And Davis can't get it to go.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
Exactly, because they've made enough plays to keep it close. And as a result, they're still in it.
Magic leading by 10. Rose passes to Davis. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 6th assist on the night. The Bucks have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Left side, Butler. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
For Orlando, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Rose with the block. Bury the pass to Rose. There's 1:26 left in the fourth. First one falls for him. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down, a perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season, and as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17, also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Iverson against Rose. Butler dishes to Malone. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17. Also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500. And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Orlando.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Derrick Rose. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. JaVale McGee's checked in for O'Neal. Schrempf comes in for Anthony Davis. Gordon's checked in for Barry. And it's Williams in for Dumars. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. In the corner, it's James. His 3-pointers off the mark. Schrempf kicks to Williams. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think...
Well, Anthony, certainly a great win here tonight. What was the key to what this team is doing right now when you guys are playing like this?
Yeah, we just got to stay aggressive. And we just did that in the second half. So it started in the first quarter.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Derrick Rose.
In my opinion, his passing is what really drove them to this win. He did a fantastic job of spreading the ball around and keeping everyone involved in the offense.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello.
Welcome to the Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. The Milwaukee Bucks coming to this one following a loss to Orlando in Florida.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. We've got Moses Malone. LeBron James is out there with Irving, and it's Wall, and it's Iverson in at the point. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against Cleveland.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also that basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
And Westbrook, here we go. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Iverson. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Iverson's got his first points in this one. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Westbrook dishes to Wilkins. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a pretty small club, that's
very
for sure.
Exclusive.
He can really rise up.
Well, I tell you, I would have preferred to see a little more resistance from the defense on that play, though, guys.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Westbrook drives in. Malone with the block. Jumps up. And the dunk by LeBron.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
It's Wall with the drive. That's good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And he overshot that one, missing. And Clifford in his third year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple, Clark. Was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and He's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
And it's the Hornets with the ball after the basket by Milwaukee. And Westbrook, here we go. It's rebounded by Allen Iverson.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
LeBron kicks to Iverson. Outside Irving for the three. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Irving with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. That's good. And that's now 9 points for LeBron.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball.
And it's Gordon penetrating. The layup missed.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And that does it for the first quarter. Bucks ahead, leading by 8. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
We've got DeRozan, Gordon out there with the franchise. Then there's Danny Granger, and it's Cambion at the center. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Well, I think all three of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point guard.
He gives you a lot of different looks, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Here's Arenas after the basket by Milwaukee. Outside Irving. The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And guys, John Wall, obviously one of the most electrifying players to enter the league in some time. Unreal body control, tremendous length and athleticism for a point guard. And that's one of the reasons he gets so many steals, blocks, and rebounds.
That jam! I mean, just beautiful.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And now the first timeout call. Dip in performance here for the Hornets last year. In 2014, they were very tough to beat at home, and that was
defensive runs at home. And in the end, that led to their less than stellar.
And, you know, that record for the Hornets last year at home, they ended up going 19-22, 6 fewer wins than they had in 2014 when they last made the playoffs.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
And getting back to the Hornets, they were the worst shooting team in the league at home. And they have to remedy that in a hurry. Shot only 42% here last season.
Fans, that was your Hornets dance team. Give it up.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Outside Irving. Granger with the defensive effort.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. You saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
No good from Arenas.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Took him no time at all on that one.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Ball's knocked loose. Wall with the steal. And then Irving slams it in.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Arenas kicks to Camby. And there's the call on James. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Chamberlain's checked in for ABC. Garnett comes in for Danny Granger. Dominique Wilkins, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And Battiswan subbed in for the franchise. Malone's checked in for Milwaukee. Iverson comes in for John Wall. And that one's good by Garnett.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Here's Wade. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Westbrook against Iverson. Westbrook passes to Chamberlain. Out to DeRozan. Shot is good off the back rim and in. DeRozan's got his first points of the game. Bucks leading by 7. Iverson outside. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Malone, a screen on Westbrook. Iverson.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The Bucks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And both free throws good for Iverson.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
The Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Westbrook with it. 17 points for him last game against Cleveland.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
Gets it off. Can't get it to go. And so we conclude the first half. Bucks lead by 9.
Hi, Kevin.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 9 points and 1 assist. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
The field goal percentage was off the Chisnarts, Ernie. Let me rewind it. The field goal percentage was off the charts, Ernie. It was well planned, well executed. They took very few bad shots, and that needs to be the focus from here on out. More smart basketball, don't try to do too much, and open the door for a comeback.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half. But that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron. 9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Allen Iverson out there with Wall. Then it's LeBron James. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's Irving at the 4 spot. Garnett, the screen. 5 on the clock. Wilkins against James. Kept alive. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. There's the pick. Wilkins against LeBron. And he gets it to go. And you just look at LeBron, Clark, in a historical context. Last season, he became the first player since Bill Russell and his Celtics to make it to the NBA Finals 5 consecutive years.
Boy, I tell you what, this says even more about LeBron that whenever he leaves a team, they miss the playoffs. No matter what team he's on, they're favorites to win their conference.
ABC's checked in for Kevin Garnett. Bucks leading by 7. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Iverson dishes to LeBron. And again, the Bucks miss.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And there's the foul. It goes on Mr. Incredible. That's his first foul. And the Hornets making a change here. Arenas is checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for Allen Iverson. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Wilkins against James. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Hornets trail by 5. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Outside Arenas. Chamberlain a screen. On the wing, Gordon. Wade is covering, and he gets it to go. Now just a 1-point Bucks lead.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
Arenas kicks to Camby. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Chamberlain, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
LeBron James on the wing. Irving from long range. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Charlotte making some changes. Kevin Garnett is checked in for ABC. Granger comes in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's DeRozan in for Gordon. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Chamberlain's checked in for Irving. And now here comes Wall leading the break.
You rarely see him missing dunks. But the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Arenas. Top of the key jumper, no good. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Here's Westbrook. Garnett out there with Chamberlain. Then there's baddest one. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's DeRozan in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Chamberlain with a screen on Wade. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Chamberlain. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Went for the 2-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Chamberlain, the pass to James. Back to Chamberlain. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And he makes the first. Dominique Wilkins, he's checked in for Charlotte. The Bucks also with the sub. Irving's checked in. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
And that one's good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Westbrook kicks to Garnett, out to DeRozan to take the lead. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
From deep, Iverson. Shot is off. Great D that time from Westbrook. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that it...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our matchup tonight taking place in Milwaukee, the BMO Harris Bradley Center, as we watch the Bucks go up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. Fellas, just like we were saying earlier, a lot of excitement has been built around this new season. So far, it has not disappointed. Your thoughts, Shaq, on things so far?
Well, for the teams that are losing,
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Bucks. Here with their Milwaukee fans, and then back on the road. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You've got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Denver, Paul George is out there with ABC. Then there's Speedy. Then there's Andrew Bynum. And it's Maravich in at the shooting guard position.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant. That's not a petty or a Manny, folks. That's a facial. That's up right there. This guy is always bringing the noise.
Is there anybody, Greg, in the game that enjoys attacking the basket more?
Only him.
Yeah.
Nobody that I can think of. That's part of what makes him go.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the night here. We're about 1 minute into the first. Ball against Maravich. Got that bucket in no time at all. Maravich has got his first 2 points.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the Hornets.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Hangs, got a piece of it, and he gets it back. And a wide open look for James. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Plenty of space. They grab their own miss. Chamberlain. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. Chamberlain got his second basket of the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
In the corner, George with it. Buries it from three-point range. George has got 5.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
The drive by Iverson. Malone right side. Outside, Wall. Wall missing again. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas.
And that's one of those games where I just felt the attitude going in was wrong. I think they believed what was being said about them in the press, and that was a game that they just couldn't win.
I'm going to disagree with you here. I don't think it was about lacking confidence in themselves. I just think the talent difference between the teams was too much for them to overcome.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Malone. And Denver with a change here, too. Divac checked in. Iverson kicks to Chamberlain. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Vlade Divac.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Wade, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And Denver also making a switch. Pierce is checked in for ABC. George against Butler. And George, here we go. Good. George has got 7. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Iverson outside. Chamberlain a screen. Iverson dishes to Chamberlain. Here's LeBron. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
That drops. He has 6.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Bucks leading by 3. Here's Iverson. Kicks it out to James. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
With 2 seconds left, here's Divac.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better be making some noise for your energy.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
You've got Wall. Malone is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Wade in at 2 guard. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Wall attacking. Nice D from Divac.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Wade against Maravich. Baseline jumper. He squares up and sinks it. Maravich has got 8.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Here's LeBron, and it's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Wade passes to James. From deep, Wall. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists now in this one. The Nuggets trail. Outside Pierce. The feed to Hayes. Malone with the block. Wall, that's good. He's got 7.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
Andrew Bynum's checked in for the Nuggets. Price comes in for Speedy. Price kicks to Bynum. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Malone dishes to Wall. Maravich with the steal. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
And, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season. Miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
LeBron outside. Butler in the corner. Back to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. From the line. Butler passes to Malone. 13 feet away. Misses off the right iron.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
That's good. Maravich has got 14 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Wall. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
For Denver, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Maravich kicks to Hayes. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Hayes has got the lead up to 4 now for Denver.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
Maravich kicks to Pierce. Launches a 3. They get the rebound. Here's Bynum. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Pierce dishes to Price. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Hayes, no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Out to Wade. No one near him. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Over to the left wing. For 3, Price can't get it to go. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. And at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They came out in the second quarter with a renewed focus, playing well enough to take a 2-point lead here at the half. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, it's tough to play on the road, and they overcame that. They were mentally and physically prepared for this game, but it hasn't been easy. They faced some intense play from a team on its home turf, but these guys didn't cave in. In fact, they fought back with some intensity of their own, successfully. in front of a very hostile crowd.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
You know, two things went on in the first half. Yes, we saw good offense take advantage of mediocre defense, but we also saw a motivated team take advantage of a team that didn't want to hustle. They need an attitude adjustment.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to...
And now, your Milwaukee Bucks dancers.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. Pete Maravich having a dominant impact in this one.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Paul George. Maravich is out there with Speedy, and it's ABC, and it's Bynum, and at the 5 down low. Here's Archibald, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Outside, Wall. Here's Chamberlain. It's rebounded by Hayes.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging-type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
Here's Archibald. And no good as it rattles out.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
And the basket good. And that's now 11 points for John Wall.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going. And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Levi's is checked in for the Nuggets. Here's Speedy. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Hayes up top. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Hayes has got his second basket of the night.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. It's been quite a game for Pete Maravich.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Grant's checked in. The Bucks trail. And Wall kicks to James, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall.
A moment here to see the numbers for LeBron James. Getting around 12 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And, you know, that's what stars do. It isn't always about scoring 50 points. It's about making plays consistent.
Here's Maravich. Nails the wide-open jump shot. And now a 4-point Denver lead.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
Here's Speedy, covered by Wall. George passes to Grant. Malone comes with the double team. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Wall. And it's blocked by Divac. Chamberlain. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. The Bucks have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. A different look for Milwaukee. Butler, he's checked in for James. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for John Wall. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Outside, George. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. Divac attacking. And the dunk by Grant.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And stolen by Iverson. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Malone and the powerful one-handed slam.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
And George, here we go. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Bucks trail by 4. Here's Butler, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Reverse that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
Here's Speedy. Iverson covering. Knocked away. Shot clock at 6. For the tie. And that's 2 points on the layup. It's all knotted up.
Well, I love the fact that we're seeing them turn up the tempo now.
Yeah, looking to push the break at every opportunity. That's 6 straight in transition.
Here's Maravich. It's on target from the high post. Maravich has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. All out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Chamberlain. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's LeBron in at the power forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Back to Wall to take the lead. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got assist number 5 here tonight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. They double him with James. Hayes dishes to Pierce. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. And that'll be his third foul so far. Speedy the pass to Pierce. Butler with the steal. Oh, and here comes Wall all alone. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Wall. And it's 7 points for LeBron. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
From the arc. Another miss by James.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Denver calls timeout.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better get this going for your energy.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Doris During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
Here's Bynum. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Will Chamberlain picks one up.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Passes it to Hayes. Dishes it to Pierce. Good.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Wall. Here's Chamberlain. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Hayes, no good. Bucks leading by 3. Here's Butler. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist in this one.
Running it right down their throats. 3 straight buckets in transition.
Yeah, and they're paying the price right now for the lackluster defense. For me, that's inexcusable.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're losing by 5. 1:56 left in the 4th quarter. Moses Malone. He's checked in for Milwaukee. Iverson comes in for Dwayne Wade. And then for Denver, George is checked in for Pierce. And it's Maravich in for Mark Price. Chamberlain with the block. And it's Wall at the elbow. Paul George with the steal. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. It's Bynum high post, working on Malone. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Adi Divac checked in for Andrew Bynum. Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 1:32 left in the 4th quarter. Maravich with it. He's picked up by Wall. 6 to shoot. Here's Hayes. And it's Malone with the rebound. Malone's got his 3rd rebound tonight. From T. Iverson. No good. Excellent D there from George. All sorts of time. And right through it goes.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Milwaukee leading by 3. Wall attacking. That's it. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Malone gets the bucket.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
So they foul intentionally. Here's Milwaukee now, leading by 5. Iverson, and another basket for Milwaukee.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Some fantastic numbers here for Iverson. He's got 8 points and 2 steals. Good contributions for him offensively with the assist, and also making some nice steals.
You know what, Clark? You're right on the money with that. He's been just as creative as he has been disruptive.
Nuggets call timeout.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. 24 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Maravich with it. He's picked up by Wall. Now the pass to Speedy. No good from outside. And Wall kicks to James. Left block shot on the way. It's in.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
And so the Bucks take the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater efforts.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tonight another example of this team's excellent work here at home. What does winning here at home mean to this team?
It means a lot. It means that we come in every night and try to protect home court and also our fans.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
There are two type of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that. He shot the ball every time he touched it. Anyway, the guys who keep everyone involved and the guys who could do it all for themselves. He's a great distributor.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at San Antonio, they took the win in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Trading blows in that one, they did win by 3.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Iverson is out there with Wall. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's LeBron James. And it's Malone in a power forward position. Here's Petrovic. 5 on the clock. The drive by LeBron. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. LeBron dishes to Wall. And the shot is good. Wall's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Bucks. And for LeBron James, a remarkable step. Greg, he had increased his field goal percentage for 7 consecutive seasons going into 2014.
Yeah, a steep decline last season, though, back below 50%. Was it just the challenge of new teammates and a new system, or the mileage he's accumulated? This season may start to answer that question. And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
The Spurs shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution. And you know, with LeBron, he's played over 40,000 career minutes. He's played more than Larry Bird did his entire career, more than NBA Iron Man Andre Miller as well. And those miles take their toll.
And that one's good, Iverson.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Here's Peyton. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And for LeBron, last season, the longest injury absence of his career. I think he's smart to protect his body, though. If he can keep healthy, he can play for a long time at a very high level.
Here's Peyton. Following the basket by John Wall. Jefferson's shot is off.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Pass to Petrovic. Feeds to Jefferson. James kicks to Bosch. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Bosch has got his first bucket of the night.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like it. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Bucks leading by 5. Wall passes to Malone. And it's sent back by Bosch. 3-on-3. Here's LeBron. Here's Petrovic. Cannot hit. Good D by James. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Payton kicks to Bosch. Spurs passing it around. Shot from 12. Jefferson's shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. James, the pass to Petrovic. And stolen by Iverson. Fast break, here we go. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Lowry inside the line. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do it.
And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help Greg but love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving.
That's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Bucks.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, Chamberlain is out there with Malone. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Iverson, and it's Wade in at the shooting guard position.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Butler against Walker. Got a piece of it. Here's Lowry. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
McDyess, a screen. Second chance shot. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
James checked in for Milwaukee. Wall comes in for Allen Iverson. James with the bucket. And
good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. Might as well make those adjustments right away.
Al Jefferson's checked in for the Spurs. Wall against Lowry. No good. Nice D from Wall.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul. screen by Jefferson. James kicks to Jefferson. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
And with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA back in 1977.
And Wall with the slam.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that. A lot of the Spurs' success, guys, with their winning percentage has come since the 90s. The way they are put together, who knows how high they can push that franchise winning percentage.
Outside Butler. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Lowry dishes to Bosh. And that one is stuffed right through.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And it's Wade in the corner for three. San Antonio with the rebound. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Peyton, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Malone's checked in for Milwaukee. Bucks leading by 11. Wall attacking. Malone against Jefferson. Malone misses. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
Sabonis. McDyess. Walker.
And here's Wall.
Harper.
It'll count. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
Yeah.
And so we conclude the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 14 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it's Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, they got more than a few problems to work out, but it all starts with their defense. I know the analytical people love to point out opponent field goal percentage, and tonight has been a big problem. They haven't defended with any purpose. They need a whole lot more activity on defense.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Here we go, San Antonio.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Well, how about John Wall in this one? He's got 14 points and 1 assist. This is something special. I mean, he hasn't missed a single shot.
It's really hard to put in words just what he's doing out on the floor.
LeBron James is out there with Chris Bosh. Then there's Peyton. Then there's Petrovic. And it's Jefferson in at the 5, patrolling the paint. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
Spurs trail by 13. And there's the feed to Peyton. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Peyton's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
And that one's good.
special. There just aren't many guys like him who can accelerate to the rim and finish in style.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup. Payton's got 7 points for the quarter.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Iverson against Payton. The drive by Iverson. Malone passes to Wall. The tray. And James with the basket on the assist by Wall. LeBron's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look at the Bucks.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Right you are. I mean, winning the games they were supposed to win. No doubt they'll look to continue that tonight.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for San Antonio. For San Antonio, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. Free throw good, James.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. But Popovich said last year he feels it might actually be the case.
You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time.
Shots good by Jefferson.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
And for Big Al Jefferson, he's been a great player in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
A different look for Milwaukee. Jimmy Butler comes in for Chamberlain, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for John Wall. Bucks leading by 13. There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter of the game. And he bangs it home with one hand.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, what, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the All-Star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
Bosh against LeBron. Three-pointer, Butler. LeBron grabs the miss. Spurs trail by 13. Puts up a three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists tonight.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Iverson kicks to Butler. In the corner, it's James. Hands it from downtown. LeBron's got 13.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Malone with the steal. Right side, Butler. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Bosh can't hit. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bucks lead by 15. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Spurs trail by 15, and Milwaukee looking at who they've got. We've got Chamberlain. Jimmy Butler is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Iverson, and it's Wade in at the 2.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
The shot by Chamberlain, no good. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Walker. The putback. Offensive rebound. Here's McDyess. Petrovic with the pass to Sabonis. Lets it go with the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry.
They're doing their best to erase the deficit here with some smart passes and some good shooting. I mean, those two things go hand in hand. If you're going to make shots, then the passes have to be on target and on time.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
John Wall's checked in for Dwayne Wade.
San Antonio with a timeout.
So Greg Popovich going to take a timeout right here and talk to his team. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
That's it, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Sabonis.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. They set the screen to the inside. It's tipped. Fades away. McDyess can't hit. Bucks leading by 8. Outside, Wall. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
The Spurs making a switch here. James is checked in. He dishes it to Lowry. He lobs up the alley-oop pass and finished off by LeBron.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're leading by 9. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. A different look now for San Antonio. Al Jefferson is checked in for the Monster. And Chris Bosh is subbed in for Walker. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Malone's checked in.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Chamberlain with the block. And he recovers it. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Spurs making a switch here. Payton's checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Iverson outside. Takes a 3. And he gets it to go.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So It's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Bucks.
And Clark, they really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Most definitely. They shot the ball extremely well. It's a game to be proud of.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Wall. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
And it's off from three-point range. Wade outside. Malone left side. The kick out to LeBron. From the corner. Off the mark. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team, huge factor.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.